In the book Deep Work, computer science professor Cal Newport talks about the idea that most people spend 16 hours a day working and still feel like they did not get enough work done, and they end up feeling tired, stressed out, and unfulfilled. Is that you? Is that your case? Because it's entirely possible that you're making one fundamental mistake in your thinking. You think that your work output is just a function of the time you spend in front of your computer, but that's not the case. Your work output is equal to the time you spend in front of your work multiplied by intensity of something else. I want you to compare two people, okay? Compare scattered Steven. He spends 16 hours working, but his intensity of focus is a level 2. He splits his attention back and forth between work and email and work and phone and work and IM and work and social media. And he thinks, hey, if I work for 10, 20 minutes and then I quickly check my email, no big deal. If I work for 10 minutes and then I quickly check my phone, no big deal. If I work for 10, 20 minutes and then I quickly check and respond to IMs, no big deal. It's okay to check email. It's okay to check IM. It's okay to check my social media. So scattered Steven, he's spending 16 hours a day in front of the computer, but his intensity of focus is a level 2. And so Steven's work output is equal to time multiplied by his intensity of focus, 16 hours multiplied by level 2, which gives him 32 units of work output. On the other hand, compare this to Frank, focused Frank. He spends 6 hours working, but his intensity of focus is level 8. He's single-mindedly focused on one task and one task only for a period of, let's say, 3 hours. And he does it again for another 3 hours on another task. So he's just has so much deep work momentum. He has so much focus. He's not splitting his energy between work and email and phone and IM and social media. No, none of that. He is single-mindedly focused on one and only one task for long periods of time. He gets tremendous attention momentum as a result of that intensity of focus on one thing for a long period of time. And as a result, if you look at Frank's work output, which is equal to time multiplied by intensity of focus, even though Frank only spent 6 hours working, his intensity of focus during those 6 hours was a level 8. So 6 multiplied by 8 is 48 units of work. So as you can see, 6 hours of work will beat 16 hours of work. Scattered Stevens, he spent 16 hours working. His level of intensity of focus was 2. So his total work unit or work output was 32 units, 16 multiplied by 2. While focused Frank was able to put out 48 units of work because his intensity of focus was so high. You see, when you have very sharp, very extremely high intensity of focus, you can outproduce people who are sitting in front of their computers 24/7. The challenge for most people is they do not work at very high levels of focus. They do not have a system to stay focused. They do not have a ritual to stay focused. There's no accountability if they're not focused. There's no accountability if they just decide to check their email or IM or phone or whatever it is. And they spend their whole day jumping back and forth between work and email and social media and work. And as soon as a new email pops up, they open it. As soon as they think about, I should answer to that person on Slack. I should check my stats. I should check my sales stats. And before they know, they're jumping back and forth between work and all of this stuff. They're scattered. They're all over the place and they're spending energy all over the place, never feeling that they're doing high quality work. You see, 6 hours of work is massive if the intensity of focus is very high. So what you need is a system to perform at very high levels of focus. A system that forces you to work in large chunks of uninterrupted time so that you can focus at very high levels. A system that forces you to work on your most important things no matter what. You need a system that forces you to work on one thing and one thing only at any given time. You need a system that will eliminate all distractions and ritualize your focus. You need a system that will hold you accountable. You need a system that forces you to perform at your highest levels of focus. And that is exactly why I designed focus blocks. All you need to do is show up for just one 60-minute focus block and experience levels of focus like you've probably never experienced before. By the way, focus blocks pricing goes up forever after this week ends. So now is the time to join focus blocks and lock in the current low price for lifetime. You can check it out by going to focusblocks.io. And now let me tell you a little more about focusblocks.io. How many of us know exactly what we should be doing to achieve our goals, but for some reason just don't end up doing those things? We have great ideas, but we get stuck in procrastination, overwhelm, and analysis paralysis, which leads to a lot of wasted time every single day. We feel scattered, disorganized, and all over the place. We lack structure and accountability and have trouble following through on what we say we are going to do. And this pattern repeats itself every day, day in and day out. It doesn't have to be like this. Introducing Focus Blocks, the ultimate productivity tool for creators, entrepreneurs, and knowledge workers of every kind who use their brains to create value in this world. Using the proven science of live, real-time, human-to-human accountability, we can turbo boost your productivity within an hour. Here is how it works. First, identify the times when you intend to do your most important work, and then book 1 hour long live focus blocks from our calendar inside the members area. Second, simply show up for your live focus block. Every focus block is guided by a live trained focus guide and conducted over live Zoom video call with participants from around the world. We recommend you keep your camera on because it builds in an additional level of accountability, but if you want to keep the camera off, that's okay too. For the first few minutes, the focus guide will direct everyone to remove all distractions and ask everyone to make commitments on what they will be working on during the focus block. All done via chat or in small breakout rooms on Zoom. Now, your focus guide will officially start the focus block work session. Minimize your Zoom window and open your work window. With clear intention and commitment, you get to work on your most important task. Everyone on the call is on mute, so you don't hear a pin drop. Allow yourself to lose your sense of time and just immerse yourself in your work. The focus block work session usually lasts for 47 to 53 minutes, but you don't have to worry about keeping time because your guide keeps the time. And when the time is up, your focus guide will use soft sounds to let you know that the focus block work session is done. You report on your progress on Zoom, via chat, or in small breakout rooms. You celebrate your victories, and then your focus guide will guide you through some scientifically proven relaxation exercises and stretches before the focus block is done. Now, having accomplished your most important work for the day, you can now start another focus block right after, or you can go on with your day, your choice. The more focus blocks you do every day, the more goals you accomplish. So we recommend you do as many focus blocks as possible, and that's why we give you unlimited access to focus blocks. Your focus blocks become your cornerstone ritual, keeping you on track and shortening the gap between where you are and where you want to be. As a result of just showing up for focus blocks, you finally start doing the things you always knew you should be doing. With this newfound structure and clarity, you will accomplish more goals in less time and consistently stack wins by focusing on your highest impact activities. Don't go it alone anymore. Use focus blocks to get real-time human accountability and consistently turn your goals and dreams into concrete accomplishments you are proud of. Join Focus Blocks today.